Hey there, run, hike, van life gang. Just waking up in the morning. It's Labor Day weekend, 2023. So it's like the 2nd of September. I'm waking up in the Narrows, primitive camping spot. And this is like one of my favorite places. In another video, I showed the primitive camping spot next to the Narrows, but I never camped here. It's the perfect time of year because we're getting down to in the 60s. So last night, I think it was like 57. One thing about this spot is there's about 5 million daddy long legs spiders down here. So let me show you what it looks like right now out the door/window. And right now we are about to get up and make some coffee. I'm in my Kiki Live ultralight tent. This is another one of those Chinese name companies, and I think the other brand that you can get the same tent from is called Land Fan or something of that nature. I'll put their name down at the bottom of the screen for you. But I love this thing. It's 2 layers, so you have the inner layer, which is just like the bug net, and then the outer layer, which is your rain fly, and it is super light. You can put it up in like 2 seconds, and it is a trek and pull tent. I love it. Underneath me, you'll see that I am using an insulated sleep mat, and I love this thing too. When I got in last night, it was a little bit past 8, and sunset right now is about 8:30. So I didn't have very much time to get everything set up. Right now we're just going to make a little quick cup of coffee, and then I think I'm going to go explore. I'm going to go see the actual Narrows. The last time I was down here, I didn't go and actually see them. So while our coffee gets ready, I'll take you around and show you what it looks like. So this is the camp spot itself. Up on the sign that leads down to the Narrows, it says that there's room for 3 camp spots, but I would argue there's at least room for 20 tents probably. From the parking lot, it does not take long to get down here. It took me maybe a little over an hour. But let me show you what it looks like right here. You may hear this in the background, but this is like absolute heaven over here. This is what you have just steps away from your doorstep. Look at this. So needless to say, I did not have to use my sleep fan noise maker when I was sleeping last night. There's so many footprints around here. So like, look. Pretty sure I saw a couple raccoon prints there. We'll have to investigate later. It is a little bit chilly. Oh, there's another thing you want to remember. On your way down here, you want to grab some wood. And that is because everything down here is pretty moist. if you grab some sticks and wood as you're coming down, it'll make your life a lot easier trying to start a fire down here. On the sign up at the top, it says that there aren't any campfires allowed, but that would be a campfire right there. And it looks like it's always been used every time I've come down here. This is how many steps away. So there's the tent right there. If we walk this way, I'll show you where your water supply is. You're just going to go right here. Down this little embankment right there. You can go right there and pick up your water. But you've got it available, like, I don't even know, not even 100 feet away. There is another spot further down, but it's a little bit harder to reach the water because it's filled up with rocks. As you probably noticed, I changed the channel name to Run Hike Van Life, and that is because I've been doing a lot of trail running, and also I finally outfitted my Honda CR-V to be like a mini motorhome. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably camp here one more night and then head up to the parking lot and do a car camp in the vehicle for one night. So stay tuned for that. So when else do you get to drink coffee in a place like this? Just boggles the mind. I love it. Right now it's about 8 in the morning. I think I'm gonna head over here and see what the Narrows actually looks like. So let's take a quick run over there. Go up the trail. We're gonna go, I don't know, it might be about a mile down. So I'll take you with me and show you what it looks like. That is unbelievable. Look at that, boy. So as far as I know, this is the Estatoe Creek, but I could be wrong. But that is absolutely incredible. Right beside the overlook, and it comes down right here. I thought that it would take you possibly to the bottom of the Narrows, but it doesn't. It just brings you down here. I mean, it's still beautiful, but it doesn't bring you to the base of that actual falls. So somehow people are getting to the base of the Narrows, and it could be that they cross here and go right there. It looks like a possible trail going up that way, but we're not gonna do that. But this is incredible over here. Probably having a hard time hearing me with all this water.
You can just hear the immense power of the water coming through here. Like, this thing is so strong, it's making its own wind out here. Unreal. Let me show you kind of what to be prepared for. So this is level. That's where we're going. So I shortened up my trekking pole really short to help me get up it. Seeing as how I only have one, because the other one is in my tent. But we're gonna ease our way up this bad boy. So far, Estatoe Creek Heritage Preserve is a very cool little camp spot. I didn't hear anything last night. No noise whatsoever. I think it's definitely something that's within reason for kids, maybe, you know, in the 10 to 12 range. I think younger than that, they may not be able to put up with the 5.9 or 5.6 terrain for the hike. A little older than that, they could definitely do it. If you keep up with me on Facebook, one of the things you know I'm into is doing the Conqueror challenges. So it's like a virtual race where you're able to get a medal for participating in a virtual race with a bunch of other people. So I'm on my fourth one right now, and it's the longest one that I've ever done, 280 miles. So it's the Grand Canyon challenge, and this week right here I only have about 4 miles left, not including this hike. So once I get back, get my miles logged, I will be done with that. That's gonna be amazing, and to have this be the last part of it is gonna be so cool. But I think right now I've done probably close to 600 miles on that, and I plan on continuing a lot more of those. So it's just something, kind of keeps you a little motivated, keeps you challenged, you know, to do something instead of just sitting around at the house. So stay tuned, I'll probably mention that, you know, further down the road. So as the sun is setting over this beautiful piece of wilderness, you know, it just makes you a little bit emotional, a little bit sad, you know, that you gotta leave. The landscape has kind of provided for you, taken care of you, you know, like kept you out of trouble. Some people came down today. They kind of played around in the water over here, and now there's a dad with a couple boys over here in the next camp over. But tomorrow night I think I'm gonna head back up and then probably just camp in the truck. You know, sitting here watching the fire, you just start thinking about things, you know, thinking about life, and, you know, just what it means to be out here, what kind of a blessing it is, you know, to just see that. I saw, for the first time, I saw a hummingbird out here, and I had a huge hawk fly up and perch on this branch right here, right up there. And he looked at me kind of like, can that be dinner? But it was amazing to see that, you know, that close. I've seen probably about 4 million different ferns, butterflies. It's just been an incredible experience to be down here a couple of days. So I would definitely be doing this one again. So I will see you in the morning once I wake up and start packing it out and heading up the trail. Sunday morning, and I had to just walk over here one more time just to get a view of this, of the falls down here. So incredible. Then I was just looking up here. Look at the mountain up there. Like it's like perfectly stepped architecture or something. The way the cracks are in the rocks is basically perfectly striated, which probably lends itself to making the waterfall look like that. It's just absolutely incredible. I don't know how people get down to the bottom, but I have seen them do it. I have seen them down there. I don't know if you can see that, but I haven't seen them down there jumping in the water. So I don't know how they do it. One day I'll have to figure it out. So guys, we've made it up to the fire road, and once you make it up here, it's not that bad. It's just coming up out of the hole. It's pretty stout. So I filled up on water down there next to the creek, so that way I have enough water up here car camping tonight. But that increases your weight. And I only did that because I just want to make sure I have water tonight for cooking and that kind of thing. So once you've made it to the fire road, coming back up, you will start feeling yourself again. It's not that bad once you get here. Right here. This here is the Narrows. This is the primitive camping. That's where I was the last 2 nights. So I need to change this from occupied. We're just going to slide that over so that it says vacant now. So that right there is how you let somebody know that you're down there and that one of the spots is taken or not. Once you come up the road, this is the gate that you're going to pass to take you down to the Narrows. This road, going left and right, is Horse Pasture Road. If you go to the left, it will take you to Laurel Fork and probably about 40 other trails down that way. If you go to the right, that's where we're going to go. You can go this way and it takes you down to the parking lot. This parking lot down here is where the Foothills Trail intersects and makes a turn right there. So I'll show you that once we get down here. Really, I think you only have about maybe 0.7 to the parking lot, and that's where I'm going to camp tonight. About this Horse Pasture Road. Every time I've been down here, you'll see some people pull up and they'll be ready to party or ready to enjoy the water or something, and they'll always be like, hey, is this Horse Pasture Road? Or, hey, how far do we have to go to the lake? Or whatever. And if you're one of those people, what you can do is watch my video on how to download GPS maps to your phone for offline use. It's definitely the best thing you'll ever do for when you're coming out here, including the All Trails maps. You can download those to your phone as well. And that way, you don't even need signal, and you'll know exactly where you are at all times. That's just a side note as we're walking down here. So like I said, Foothills Trail is right there. So that goes up. Then you'll come up from the road. Foothills Trail crosses the road, comes up here, then goes up that way. A few years ago, we were those poor weary souls coming up the Foothills Trail trying to go up that. So guys, that was how to camp the Narrows in South Carolina. Now I'm back up here at the parking lot. Got my rig all set up, ready to go to sleep once that sun goes down. Right now, sundown is about 8:30 at night. Now, guys, I'm planning on making a whole lot of other videos as far as car camping, hiking. You know how it is. And so if you have any questions or have any thoughts, put them in the comments. Please subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.